Good evening. Today is the day of all fuck-ups. I've spent 2 days, 10-15 hours of 3D printing. Garbage. Because this did not work as intended. Because the plan was, this is the back plate for the Bellows system, and here is where the air will come out from the alternating bellows, and the air should be fed into that center hole. So I 3D printed this one that fits over like so. Now the problem is, the first problem is that this flange here should point upwards. So I had to reprint the centerpiece. And here it is. It fits over there, and then this flange is pointing upward. Then I'm going to have an accumulator bellows on top of that. And then I realized something. When the bellows are pumping, they need one-way valves, and they will be sitting on the outside here. In here. But there is no room for a one-way valve in here, because I completely forgot about that when I tried to design this as clever as possible. So this is basically just a very lumpy, bulky door handle. Useless. So now the 3D printer is running another 4-hour program to make some new bends and pieces to basically fit a valve box. Yeah, I have not designed that yet, but I thought I'll go old school. But while the printer is running, we can attack another problem. Because there's going to be 2 bellows here pumping. Yeah. Now what we'll do is we'll try to hinge these plates, and then the biggest challenge I think so far is to actually fit the leather, the fake leather. Because this circumference is going to be different to this one. Not really, but because this is at an angle, right? This piece will not be uniform. Is that the right word? I don't know. But it's going to be tricky. If it was a bellows like this, it would be very easy. But now I have to cut triangulars, and it needs to be very nice fitting here. If not, the air is going to leak out. So yeah, let's do that. But before we start cutting the leather, we are going to make the hinges in some thinner piece of clothing that will go on here. And I got the perfect place to look. My trusted fabric bag. Yeah. Some kitten fabric. Some cobweb. And this is, well, it is. It's not as colorful as the creator's personality, but that'll do. That'll do. Hi. I thought I'd just break it off here to give you a fair warning. As I'm editing this video, the one you're watching right now, I realized it's gonna be 40 minutes plus. Yeah. And although how exciting it sounds watching a middle-aged bloke wrestling some fake leather, I realized you probably got better things to do. I sure know I do. But here we are. So to save you a bit of hassle, you can just jump to the 5-minute mark, or I mean the last 5-minute mark. And you will realize that he didn't finish it in this video either, and you can move on with your life. Yeah. Oriented same way. Hi. It's been a few weeks, and I'm sorry about the mess. I've got stuff to do, but now we're getting to this. I've been procrastinating because I'm not sure about putting the leather on how it will work. But there's no point in putting it off. I mean, if you don't risk failing, you won't learn anything. And the worst thing is you get to do it all over again. Yeah. So that's what we're doing today. The valve box is glued up. Just need the valves. Oh. Guess we can remove these now. I put these strips on just to make sure that they are at the same angle. So, actually gonna put these ones back in because let's cut some leather. Yeah. Now, I might have shown you this before, but this is the leather we're going to use. I mean, it's some plastic on some, well, kind of flexible fabric. Enough that it's flexible, but it is airtight. So it is longer that way. The question is this enough to go around? This is, I'm guessing people doing this for a living have a jig of some sorts. So this is going around there. And this is this enough to reach around? Yes. So if this is enough to reach around, we have to cut a strip that's able to cover all that. It's not that much, is it? It's like this. That means we have enough to fail a lot, which we'll do, I'm pretty sure. Alright, I'm going to just put that there. I'm going to cut by that one. I did use my scissors earlier today over, yeah, there it is. Okay, that. Well, that's not the way we wanted. We want to cut it that way, don't we? Yeah. So that is enough, so we cut that. So we could do like so. Oh crap, this is. I need a bigger table. Actually, plasma cut my ruler today. Very much unintentionally, I'll promise you that. Smells like 5th grade. Not shop class, but yeah, sewing class. I guess my old school had the same budget, doing it as cheaply as possible. Come on. Yeah. Right, let's move that one out of the way. So where do we want the seam? I mean, if we glue it on this way, and then we pull it around like so, when we have the seam in the back, there will actually be a small seam at the back. So yeah, I could pull this around like so, and glue it to the bottom first, and once that is dried I can pull it up and then stretch it and then staple it on there, and yeah, that means that if you spill glue down to the base plate, that is going to get stuck to this. That's not the plan, is it? So we're going to remove these, which is a good thing, I think. Alright, so I'm just going to put a green dot on this one, and I'm going to mark green down here, so now that this one goes on this side. Yeah. Oh, come on. Question is there one under there? And did I drill that in? That one came. baby wipes. I don't even know where to start. I lost all motivation the last couple of weeks. It is co-aligning, is that even a word? Co-aligning? Yeah, with work. It really kills my mojo. But where we left off, we have glued half of the leather on, and it's still on, so it has longevity. Now the question was how to attach it here, because there will always be some excess leather. And then of course I was gonna glue it, but that was hard because there is really no way to clamp this. And then of course I thought, why don't you use nails as upholsterers do? But that is not going to be totally airtight. And then I got to thinking, well, what if I use these? Well, this wasn't strong enough. Then there's this bad boy. Still not strong enough. But after I hammered them in, it kind of works, but you still need to backfill with glue to make it airtight. And this doesn't look good. Of course, I could cover it up with some siding cover bands or whatever. But then I thought, well, you have super glue with activator, this one. What if you super glue it here? Because then you can just immediately start working on it. So I tried on a piece. It sticks good, and you really have to, I mean, when you pull it off, it's not the glue that gives nor the wood, it's actually the fabric, which is an indication that this should work. So the plan is I'm gonna start at the edge at maximum opening, and I'm gonna glue this on with super glue over the edge here, and then I'm gonna do the other part, and then there's gonna be a fold left over. And the question is, will I be able to cut that in such a way I won't. I'm gonna fuck this up so bad. What if I start here and then I work myself down the side? It's not gonna work, really. Fuck. But how much do you actually have left? Oh, I mean, it's. Why is it more leather on that side? Who knows? Alright, so if I get it up to there, and what if can I double glue them? I can, can't I? Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look good, but I can cover that with the thing that's gonna do like this. Yeah? Yes. I just realized I'm overthinking this. I mean, I have built this thing over a few years, doing modifications to it, and I haven't really planned out any of it in detail. Why should I start with that now? Maybe that's my problem. I think so. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm just gonna glue up this real quick. And then it's done. Then we can't go back. So we have to just figure it out. Yeah, that's the plan. So, maximum. This is as far as it will go. Can I prop it out with that one so it doesn't collapse on me? No. I should be able to. I made this so that was the thing. Yeah, I think so. Alright. Let's move up until there, right? Alright, first you have to pull this one off. Good. Good, good. Alright. This. Okay. That means that this should now be pulled over. Why didn't you wear gloves? Because you're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. Alright. So now we're pressing this. And then let's move this before we start spraying the activator. Alright, that is stuck proper. Alright, then we move this one onto the side. Ooh, it's really getting hot, which is good, means it works. Then we take the next one and do the exact same thing. So if we screw up, at least we screw up equally on both. Yeah. So this one is going over there. Good, and then there's this one is going like so. Yeah. This works. Hopefully. Let's get the scissors. Because this is, of course, alright, then we try the other one on the other side. Now some glue got onto the sides, which makes it a bit rigid-ish. That is okay, that is okay. Ah. Yeah, that doesn't matter at all. So let's get that one over like so, and not getting our fingers stuck on it, which is good. Like so. Alright, that's that one. Should be able to take this one then. Like so. Alright, so that is stuck, that is stuck, that is stuck, and that is stuck. Yeah. So, there's one. And there's one. And of course the back side needs to be glued, and it has a seam. You know, having a straight seam there, that's not too bad. The only thing is that can't be super glue, because that is hard. We want flexible glue. So the question is, will I be able to? What if we glue that and we double that down like so, and that makes a crease? How will that be able to fold? I mean, and that's going to be covered with the rod to the engine. So if we fold it over and cover it like this, it's going to look deliberate. Although it wasn't. And then of course, because if I cut it there, and I'm gonna cut a triangular shape, it's not gonna work, right? It's let's be realistic. I'm not that, I know that's not my forte, but I think we actually have to be realistic here. So that means we're going to glue this up until they meet here. And then we're going to figure out this fold later. And then that fold is going to be glued to that piece of cloth, keeping it in place, which is good. I mean, if I weren't so honest in my ramblings here, someone might actually think that I know what I'm doing here. Should I pull it? Or should I? Oh, why didn't you figure? Okay, I can figure that out on the other one. So if I do like that, no. So you would want to go straight like that, and then the fold will, yeah. Go straight on in with this one. Like so. Do the same with this one. There might be a bit of discrepancies here, but we'll learn to live with that. Just like life. Oh. Question is, and then I can poke a finger in here. Now, why did those glue together? They should not be glued together. And then you double back them out. Might go in and touch up with a bit of glue here. So if you double that one down there, and we 3D print a part to sit over there, then I mean we could pull this one a bit, couldn't we? Yeah, we could do it like that. And the same with that one, just pull them in a bit. And still. I mean, it's not the most beautiful bellows ever, but then that's okay. So that is going to be glued down there, and then I'm going to do like this. That means I'm actually going to 3D print the thing that's going to clamp those down. Yes, I am. Because when in doubt, 3D print and cover up your mistakes. I could also make it a... Yeah, but I'm not going to do that. So we're going to glue that down, squish it down there with some flexi glue. And then 3D print a cover for that one. Yeah. Then this will work. So let's do the same on this one so they can hang around and figure themselves out. Try not to make a hole in it. Like that so. there we have it. I think that is it for today when it comes to gluing, because now I need to 3D print the thing that goes over here, and that is something I can do tomorrow. Yeah. So what I can do in the meantime, I can, of course, with the scalpel, instantly ruin this by trying to trace the edge. Yeah, that works. This one is going to stick there, and then it's going to blow. We have to put the valve stuff on that one. Yeah, but this is coming along beautifully. So yeah, let's have a coffee.